Toyota Center in Houston, Texas. Juan Diaz, 25 years of age. Paulie Malignaggi, 28 years of age. You see that Diaz on our unofficial scales, rehydrated to 145 pounds. Malinagi up to 149 pounds for tonight's main event. Time for the rules. Here's Harold Letterman.
The Juan Diaz Paulie Malignaggi fight is scheduled for 12 rounds using the unified rules that you see on your screen. Bob, in a fight of this magnitude where one fighter is fighting in his home city, they normally try to appoint neutral officials, or at the very least, one from Houston, one from New York, and one neutral. In this case, 3 out of the 4 officials are locals. Certainly, Paulie Malignaggi has every reason in the world to be a little bit aggravated. Bob!
All right, Harold, as we get set for tonight's main event between Juan Diaz and Paulie Malignaggi here in Houston, Texas on HBO's Boxing After Dark.
Coming to the ring at this time, the Magic Man, Paulie Malignaggi!
I'm in trouble. I know I'm in trouble. I see everything and I hear all the crowd. I see my trainer, I see my mom ringside. And looking at that, you know, it inspires me a lot. It kind of wakes me up.
Paying tribute to Arturo Gatti, Paulie Malignaggi in Italian, in memory of Arturo Gatti on the back of his
at the end, I would say, can this kid go
boxing
on doing that?
jacket.
That much of abuse.
He's playing some audio clips prior to his introduction ring walk music, which will be Thunderstruck, as paying tribute to Paulie Malignaggi, as paying tribute to Arturo Gatti, Thunder Gatti.
He's got to be there every fight. People will never be upset to come and see Arturo Gatti fight. Never.
Malignaggi said when he was a kid, being Italian, being from New York, Gatti being Italian, living in Jersey City, said he always rooted for Arturo Gatti. Tonight he pays tribute to Gatti in his ring entrance. Lennox Max, he was loose and relaxed, hyper, all wrapped into one yesterday when we met with him. We actually talked about him, about all the stuff going on with judges and weights and ring size, but he had a lot of energy.
Well, he did, which was amazing considering how he looked yesterday when we met with him before the weigh-in. He can barely make 140 pounds. This fight, the weight stipulation was 138.5 pounds. And while an extra pound and a half may not sound like a lot, when it takes everything you got just to make 140, that extra pound and a half is like taking off another 15. He looked really drained, and I'm curious to see how much energy he fights here with tonight.
Lennox, he's with the new trainer, Sharif Younan. He was with Buddy McGirt. Said it just didn't fit his style, and he was doing a lot of things wrong. He wasn't blaming Buddy, he just said what Buddy was preaching didn't fit what he wanted.
And that's sometimes the case. That's what caused me to move to my trainer, Emmanuel Stewart. And, you know, I found that Emmanuel Stewart really fixed some of the things that were lacking around me and made me helped me get better, be a better boxer. And, you know, some trainers actually take away some of the boxer's assets, and one of my trainers took away one of my assets, which was moving.
Now making his entrance to the ring, the baby bull, Juan Diaz!
Born and raised right here in Houston, Texas. Juan Diaz is one of the likable figures you'll find in this sport. He's worked hard to get his college degree, would love to become a lawyer. He said, hey, my parents were immigrants from Houston. I saw what they had to deal with. I'd like to defend those who are defenseless by law. Well, after losing to Nate Campbell in March of 2008, good win here in Houston against Michael Katsides in September of last year. Then in February in Texas, right here in Houston, took on Juan Manuel Marquez. Diaz told us after round number 1, he thought he had it in the bag. Thought this thing was going easy. Toe-to-toe, showed a lot of heart.
Has nothing to be ashamed of, losing to a Hall of Fame, eventual Hall of Fame fighter, great fighter in Marquez, in a great fight of the year type fight. But while it's Malinaggi who did the Gatti tribute tonight, it's Diaz who, like Gatti, finds himself at a certain time in his career, having had 3 really tough fights against big punchers, coming up on the losing end twice, who is kind of entitled to a gimme. A gimme meaning a fighter who doesn't hit so hard, who doesn't pose such a threat. So they found Paulie Malignaggi, a guy with a big enough name, and they have everything stacked for Diaz, as Malinaggi mentioned. Small ring, an uncomfortable weight for Paulie Malignaggi. Malinaggi's not a big puncher. Diaz's pressure and volume punching should bother him. It's a low-risk, high-reward kind of fight, but Bob, because it's perceived that way correctly, I think, he better win, Diaz.
Time for the introductions. Here's Michael Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the Toyota Center here in Houston, Texas, Oscar De La Hoya's Golden Boy Promotions, in association with DeBella Entertainment, is proud to present the main event of the evening. 12 rounds of boxing for the NABO Junior Welterweight Championship. Sponsored by Quaker State Real Durable Oil, Tecate, Cerveza con Carácter, and Southwest Airlines, the official airlines of Golden Boy Promotions. Sanctioned by the Texas Department of Licensing and Regulation, Chairman Frank Denton. At ringside, the 3 judges scoring this bout, Raul Caiz Sr., David Sutherland, and Gail Van Hoy. And inside the ring, your referee in charge of the action, Lawrence Cole. And now, from the Toyota Center here in Houston, Texas, for the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world on Boxing After Dark on HBO. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble! Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, wearing purple, official weight 138 1/4 pounds. His professional record, an outstanding one. 28 fights, 26 victories, including 5 knockouts with only 2 defeats. From Brooklyn, New York, the former undefeated junior welterweight world champion, Paulie Malignaggi. And fighting out of the blue corner, wearing blue, officially weighing in at 137 3/4 pounds. His professional record, 36 fights, 34 victories, including 17 knockouts with only 2 defeats. From Houston, Texas, the former 3-time lightweight world champion, Juan Baby Bull Diaz.
Come here, Juan. Paulie. Come here. Come here. All right, this is going to be low right here. I'm not going to call it right here. So